So hello, you see me with a bunch of keys in my hand. This is because I have a bike on the back of my van, and this is the new Eskute Netuno Pro, and I'm about to give it its first ever, or my first ever testing. I'm at my local place that I've come to many times before, up on the Llan Gullen viewpoint, and we are definitely going to be taking this bike for a bit of a ride on some of the places I've taken the other bikes to see how good it is and whether it fares up. So let's get it off the rack, let you have a little bit of a look at it and see what you think. So here she is, she's off the van now, and I'm not going to talk about it here. I think the best thing to do is get on it, get the battery in, take it for a ride, head uphill and see what it actually rides like, and then I'm going to have a sit down and tell you all about it. So stick with me, let's get my gear on. Right, that's that bit done. Now we need shoes, helmet, bag, gloves and knee protection. So I've got pretty much everything I need now. I just need to put my helmet on, give you an idea of where we're taking this bike so that you've got an idea of what it can do. And I've never been there before. Now, I did say that this location is a location that I have actually been to, but today I'm going to take it on a route I haven't been on. So I just need to keep my notes in my pocket, get my camera, which hopefully will fit on my low pro bag. And if you haven't seen this low pro bag, I've got a video for it somewhere, and the camera basically attaches to it when I can find the clips. One up there and one over there, so my camera can stay around my waist or around my chest. And yeah, I've got a GoPro on the go up here, and I've got my phone and everything. So yeah, great little bag, really is. Check that link out if you want to have a look. So yeah, the bike, let's get going. Drop of water before I go. It's very warm. I do need some fluids. I've got a couple of litres with me. Now I have no idea what this bike's capable of, apart from the fact that it's a lot more capable than the old one. So come on, let's get going. To give you a taste of where we're going up on the top of that. So I want to make my way up and across along the top. There's a rock formations and stuff up the top there. Now I was going to go down through the woods and up through the woods, but I'm not sure what the path's like that far end, so I'm going to take the bike up the road just to get myself used to it a little bit, because I've not actually ridden it yet. And then I'm going to find the path and head off road and go up over these stones and see what it's like up there. So yeah, wish me luck. So the first thing I do notice, and you will have to excuse a little bit of wind noise on the microphone because I haven't got the wind muffs with me, is that the gear shifters are in a different position. So your thumb flicks forward to go up and your thumb flicks forward to go down. It's got a different gear shifter on it, and it's got 9 gears on it. So I'm hoping these 9 gears are going to make it a bit easier for me to get up and down the hills. You've obviously got the 5 speeds as well, which is your power assist. And at the moment I'm only on one. I'm just going to tinker along with it Pedals feel good. The bike feels a bit shorter, which feels nice. It feels a bit stockier, and it feels like a nice position to sit in compared to the last Netuno, which I wasn't quite sure of. But so far, just literally riding up the road, this feels comfortable. So if it's inspiring on the hills and off-road, then that's what we want. So I've made it up on top of these rocks, and I'm very impressed. I've never been up here before, but the views up here are absolutely amazing. Look at all that behind me. So I've come from right down there, I've come up through some wooded area, and yeah, one Eskute Netuno Pro. So is it any better? What is my first thoughts of it? Well, my first thoughts are, yes, it is better. It's definitely an improvement. There's definitely more power there, but I definitely need to ride it. I definitely need to learn to ride it better. It's building confidence on what you're riding on and where you are. But yes, I think there's an improvement. You need to learn to use your gears a bit better and stuff like that. So what do you get? First impressions. The power output. It's a mid-drive motor. It's mid-drive. It's a Bafang M410 motor. It's a mid-drive, so it means it's in the middle. It's on the front pedals rather than the rear hub, which means it should give you a lot more output. And it's designed so the more pressure you put on the pedals, the more power you get. You're delivered and you're given. And it seems to make that difference. It does. I can actually feel it working. It comes in quite nicely and it goes off when you stop pedaling quite nicely. It's got 5 speed output. The controls are now on the handlebars, which are absolutely fantastic for turning it on and off, for you switching your light on and off, and for your power up and down. Very, very easy to use. It's on your thumb. Really, really nice. Really big display. It's a Bafang display. It's got all your details and information on there. It's got trip meter. It's got your speedo. It's got your distance. It's got everything on there that you'd want on a bike for telling you where and when you've been and how fast you're going. So it's brilliant. The speed indicator is really easy to see. You can see 1 to 5 very, very simply. On the right hand side, you've got your gear selector. So your gear selector, you've got 9 gears on this. 9 gears is brilliant. I've not got into them yet, but I'm definitely going to have a sort of test of them over this weekend. This is only my first thoughts, but having 9 gears means I've got a lower gear for the really hard pressure stuff going uphill, and I did get uphill quite well just now until it got a bit steep and I run out of puff. And yeah, you've got the 9th gear, which should be a little bit of a bigger gear, so for when you're going downhill, running on the road and stuff like that, it should be a bit better. You've got some really nice pedals on it. They're quite slim, quite sleek, They feel really good under your feet. They're quite a nice flat surface, so they feel really good underneath your feet. The suspension's okay as well. The suspension seems to work. I feel it sort of squidging and pressing a little bit. It's got a lock on it, so you can lock the suspension off, and you've also got preload on it as well. So you can preload the suspension to give you that correct amount of compression. Yeah, first impression so far is pretty good, and as I've never been up here before, it's an absolute treat to be reviewing this bike and looking at it in such a fantastic environment. It really is. It's got a 522 milliamp battery, I think it is, so it's good for about 80 miles, they reckon. Now, I did the Netuno test on the last one, and I got 65 or nearly 70 miles out of it, and that was giving it some real hard work as well. So all the gears, all the pressure, off-road and everything, but on the road, simple riding, it should give you a good 80 miles. I wouldn't have had any problem whatsoever. The seat on this is quite comfortable. Yeah, I do agree, the seat is quite comfortable. It's a slightly different design to the other ones. It's like a spring compression underneath it, and it does seem to work quite nicely. So my first impressions are fantastic. That's all I wanted to do, really give you my first idea, my first impressions, and tell you a little bit about the bike. So yeah, short and sweet for this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be testing it a bit more, I will be riding a bit more, but I'm going to do some photography now. And if you haven't seen my photography channel, check it out, Paul Compton PD Photography, and that's what I do mostly. But yes, fantastic little bike, really impressed with it so far. First impressions, a big thumbs up. Ciao for now, bye bye.